What's going on YouTube? Derek here with Tap and Turn Gaming, coming at you today with another EDH Deck Tech. Today's Deck Tech will be Zurgo Helmsmasher, themed with a token sub-theme, rather than just a black, red, white, or Mardu good stuff. This is a subscriber suggestion. One of our faithful subscribers asked us if we could build a Zurgo deck with a heavy token theme, so we decided we would go ahead and do that. Unfortunately, I lost my paperwork somewhere in the vast amount of papers I have with the name of the subscriber who suggested the deck, so I do apologize that I won't be able to throw your name up there for suggesting it, but lo and behold, this is a deck that was suggested by one of our viewers, so thank you for suggesting it, and here is the deck. First thing I'm going to do is go over the land, just to kind of get things going, but before that I'll just talk about Zurgo a little bit. Zurgo is a 7-cost, 7/2 Orc Warrior with haste. So that already makes him a 3-turn clock, and that's pretty cool. Zurgo Helmsmasher attacks each combat if able, so he has to attack. Zurgo Helmsmasher has indestructible as long as it's your turn, so he has to attack, and if he is attacking, he can't be killed. And whenever a creature dealt damage by Zurgo Helmsmasher this turn dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Zurgo Helmsmasher. So basically, you can throw guys in front of him all day, and he's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and nastier, till eventually he's going to hit you and probably just kill you. And that's what happens a lot with him that I've seen. This one's going to be a little different because it's not focused on winning with Zurgo. It's more focused on winning through the attacks with tokens and generating a pretty big army. But as I said, let's get to the lands and go over the deck now. First off, we have Blood Crypt, Bloodfell Caves, Bojuka Bog, Boros Garrison, Boros Guildgate, Command Tower, Emeria the Sky Ruin, Godless Shrine, Kirkeep, Mountain, ×7, Orzhov Basilica, Orzhov Guildgate, Plains ×7, Rakdos Carnarium, Rakdos Guildgate, Sacred Foundry, Scored Barrens, 7 Swamps, 1 Vault of the Archangel, and 1 Windscarred Crag. Now one thing I will say before I go any further is I did just build this deck on Decked. And you'll notice I didn't throw all the dual lands in there and all the filter lands in there, because as much as I am building it on deck, I do want to make it attainable for pretty much everyone, and not everyone has access to dual lands and filter lands and fetch lands. So I went with the lands that I felt everyone has access to, which makes the deck a little cheaper to obtain, but it's also just more realistic for people to be able to buy those cards if they wanted to. But moving on. Next up we have the Enchantments. Ensemble the Legion, because it generates you free tokens every turn. Those tokens have haste, and you get 1 more every turn. So first turn you play it, next turn you'll get 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. And as silly as this card may be to some people, it's actually proven in games with me in one of my decks that I have it in to be pretty effective, unless your opponent gets killed, unless your opponent kills it rather, because the amount of tokens you get becomes bigger and bigger every turn with no investment on your resources, and that's always a powerful thing. Then we have Debtors Knell for some recursion. Impact Tremors, because we're going to be playing a token theme, so why not have Impact Tremors so that whenever a guy comes in you can deal 1 damage to each opponent. And so that'll be pretty fun. I mean, even just combo with Assemble the Legion. You have Impact Tremors down turn 2, turn 5 you play Assemble the Legion, turn 6 they take 1, turn 7 they take 2. It just puts an immediate clock on there that gets not exponentially faster, but X plus 1 faster every turn, and that's pretty cool. We have Mardu Ascendancy for the tokens, Mobilization for the tokens, Oversold Cemetery for some recursion, Palace Siege for recursion, Rise of the Hobgoblins for the tokens, and Spirit Bonds for the tokens. So as you can see, we do have a pretty heavy token theme. Let's go over our sorceries now. Demonic Collusion, Demonic Tutor, Deploy to the Front, Diabolic Tutor. I think I said Diabolic Tutor for this, but it's actually Demonic Tutor. Diabolic Tutor, In Garrick's Wake, Incite Hysteria, because this card's actually really fun. Creatures that share a color with target creature can't block this turn. That basically will be a kill shot. Like whoever you decide to cast this on, you're just going to kill them with your tokens. That's pretty much how it's going to go. Increasing Ambition, Increasing Devotion, Martial Coup, Nomad's Assembly, Plague Wind, and Stormherd. I went a little bit light on the sweepers, and the ones that I did put in are going to be the type of sweepers that are going to not destroy your creatures. And the idea with that was that you're going to produce so many tokens, hopefully, that you can just double and triple and quadruple block their opposing creatures when they attack, to just gobble them up. And that's really the idea we're going for, is you don't need the sweepers as much if you have the overwhelming force to play aggressively. Now for the artifacts, we have Altar of the Brood, because if you're going to bring in creatures, why not mill them? Ashnod's Altar, because I love it. Hammer of Purphoros for the haste, and Nim Deathmantle for the recursion. For instance, we have Master Warcraft, because this will operate more or less like Incite Hysteria, where you can declare the blockers for your opponent and the attackers for you. So basically you can be like, oh, you're not going to block anything, and just alpha strike someone, and it's really pretty powerful. Secure the Wastes, and White Sun Zenith. Then for Planeswalkers, we went with Sorin, Lord of Innistrad, and Elspeth, Sun's Champion. Next up, we're going to talk about the creatures a little bit. We have Aberrant Overlord, Ankle Shanker, Archetype of Aggression, Archetype of Courage, and Archetype of Finality. Basically, the last couple... Actually, I'll go over each creature and why I threw it in there. Aberrant Overlord, because he brings in free creatures, and he's a 6/6 flyer. Ankle Shanker, because when he attacks, your guys are going to get First Strike and Death Touch, and if you have an army of First Striking, Death Touching tokens, that's really fun. Archetype of Aggression is going to give all your guys Trample. Archetype of Courage gives all your guys First Strike. Archetype of Finality gives all your guys Death Touch. You can, really see where this is going, and really just to support that global token theme for yourself. Athreus, God of Passage, because some of your creatures you may just want to get back, and this will help you to do that. Beetleback Chief, because he brings a bunch of guys. Butcher of Malakir, because your tokens are going to die, and when your tokens die, their guys die, and that will always be fun. Then we have Captain of the Watch, Custody Soulbinders, Darien, King of Keljor, Dragon Master Outcast, Felden of the Third Path, Ghoul Collegista, Grave Titan. These are just all token producers in one way or another, and they're going to help you with that token producing theme. Then we have Heliod, God of the Sun, Hero of Bladehold, Knight Captain of Eos, Krenko Mob Boss. Again, just more token producers that produce tokens in different ways. Then we get to Audric. Audric is another one of those really good for you decks, cards rather. No, he's not a deck on his own, he's a card. The point of him is that you attack with, you alpha strike with all your tokens, and if Audric is down as well, then you get to declare the blockers as well. So again, they don't block, and you alpha strike and you kill someone, and that's very powerful. Orc Sure Shot. This guy, let me tell you about Orc Sure Shot. Let's take a minute here to just recognize this guy being a 19-cent uncommon. This guy is amazing in any token deck with black, because as he says, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, target creature opponent controls gets -1/-1 until end of turn. So that means if you cast something like let's say a Captain of the Watch, because when Captain of the Watch comes in, you get 3 1/1 tokens. So that means if you have Orc Sure Shot down, you cast Captain of the Watch, you can give a -1/-1 to 4 different creatures, or you can give a -4/-4 to 1 creature if you stack it that way. It's a very powerful ability to be able to get that free kill. It really, really is. We have Overseer of the Damned, because he'll kill something and then he starts generating tokens. Pawn of Ulamog, Ponyback Brigade, Purphoros, God of the Forge. He's going to pretty much act as another Impact Tremors, so that's really fun. Requiem Angel, Sidisi Undead Vizier, Siege Gang Commander, Teysa Envoy of Ghosts, Teysa Orzhov Scion, and Twilight Drover. So that is all the cards in the deck. As you can see, it is a really heavy token theme, and to support those tokens, I'm sure there's other cards I could have put in that I missed. This is just, something I threw together for the person who suggested it. It is just, very token-centric. Almost all the creatures support the token theme, or produce tokens in their own way. As far as the balance of the deck, as you can see, it's pretty balanced between the 3 colors. As far as the mana cost, it really starts to take off around 3. 3/4 is where it really hits the ground running. So once you get to 5, 6, 7 mana, you'll be able to start dropping 2 to 3 things a turn, and that'll be pretty helpful for you. Deck clocks in at around $190 using TCG Mid. That could also be significantly less if you wanted to go and take out all the dual lands, the Ravnica Shocklands, rather, to just more basics. It's going to drop your cost significantly on the deck. And then if you want to take out, Elspeth, who cost $8, and Sorin, who cost $9, for just other things that will do similar abilities. Average converted mana cost is 4.39. But yeah, this is our Zurgo Tokensmasher, Helmsmasher EDH Deck Tech for the subscriber whose name I lost that they suggested. I really think it would be a fun deck to play because as well as having a huge token theme, you also have a pretty gnarly general who's going to just go in for damage or attempt to go in for damage all the time. And if you're going to play Zurgo and put him down, they're going to have to respond to him, and that's going to free up spaces, free up some of their removal to not be able to target your tokens. So just threats all around, and that's a very powerful thing. But yeah, this was again, this was Zurgo Tokensmasher Helmsmasher, done up for one of our subscribers. I am Derek with Tap and Turn Gaming. I hope you enjoyed the deck. Hope you comment and let me know what you think. Cards you would add, different cards you put in, and that kind of thing. But yeah, so this was Derek with Tap and Turn Gaming. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we will catch you later. Thanks a lot. Bye.